The practice of Usui Reiki Ryoho in a modern world, a busy world, an attached world, a chaotic world, a peaceful world, a loving world, a beautiful world. Look how beautiful the world is. We don't have to have negative connotations on our current state of being. This is the beauty of the practice. There's many beauties of the practice of Usui Reiki Ryoho, but in this video, I want to focus on this main kind of benefit of the practice. Usui Reiki Ryoho helps us to recognize beauty in all things. It helps us to recognize stillness and peace in all things. So we live in a chaotic time. Sure, we live in a world that is a little bit uncertain or very uncertain. Yes, the world has always been uncertain. It doesn't matter when you go back in time, go back in history and look at any age that you wish, any time frame that you wish, there was always worry and chaos and potential doomsday scenarios and all these types of things. I've lived through so many purported and professed apocalypses at this point, as all of you have, I think, that are listening. Remember Y2K, if you're old enough? I mean, there's been so many things. If you're, another 30, 40 years older than I am, McCarthyism, the Cold War, the world was a hair's breadth away from nuclear war. Yes, all of these things have happened. All of these things exist. So how can Reiki help us with that? We have to look at the nature of our reality from one vantage point and one vantage point only to understand this, and that is your vantage point. The reality that you see, the reality that you exist in, the reality that is a feedback loop to you is your making. It's your responsibility to change that. It is a function of the things that we are attached to. Simply put, 100%. This is not to profess that we should be ignorant of what's happening. Not a chance, not by a long shot. But what I am saying is the more that we feed ourselves with toxicity, the more that we consume our, time with social media and all these types of things that are highly narcissistic, the more that we find escapism in the wellness world, for instance, and we, follow gurus and misinformation and all that type of stuff, then it just becomes a feedback loop of that same negativity. The practice of Usui Reiki Ryoho, and by, what I really mean when I say Reiki is Usui Reiki Ryoho, the practice is only about your frame of reference and your reality. That's it. We are working to calm down your frame of reference, to calm down your projections of your perceived reality. Because when the dust settles, when the chaos subsides, when the attachments are let go of, then your reality changes. If there's one thing that I think is so fundamentally and awe-inspiringly beautiful about this planet and this reality, is that it literally offers you every single possible tangential existence that you could ever think of. You can do anything you want in this reality. You can become, if you are listening to this and you're just starting out with Reiki, you can make it your full-time career. You can do exactly as I do, and you can move into this and let it support a beautiful life where you help other people discover the beauty of the practice of Reiki. You can change countries. You can do anything you want. You can change professions. You can become an expert in botany. You can study anything in the world. I could list an infinite number of tangents. It's something that is so beautiful, I think, because it is helping us to change our reality. If you focus intently on becoming a botanist, for instance, then you're probably not going to gripe about the state of the world in this moment. If you focus intently on toxic news and you regurgitate that to other people, then you're attached to the toxicity of this world and you are echoing that same toxicity. So you reap what you sow. If we continue to sow the seeds of peace and stillness as the practice of Reiki, hopefully, if you're practicing, Reiki, Usui Reiki Ryoho, that's what you're doing, then that peace and stillness will be what you reap. It will be what comes back to you. regardless of where you live, regardless of your social circumstance or your cultural circumstance or whatever it may be, if you sow the seeds of peace, then you will reap those same fruits. You will reap those same benefits. It will come back to you reflexively. But see, if we have the practice of Reiki and view the practice of Reiki and exist within the practice of Reiki in the forms of attachments, then those attachments are going to come back to us. So Reiki, again, is that fundamental opportunity and hopeful practice of seeking stillness. We are bombarded with distractions in this modern era, but we've always been bombarded with distractions. We have always been in the exact same situation that we are in right now. It just simply changes its projection. It changes its form. It changes its delivery mechanisms. It's up to you to detach from all of those delivery mechanisms. It's up to you to let go of the toxicity, let go of the states of your being that are contributing to the disharmony in your life or whatever it may be, and move that energy in the direction of peace. Move it into the direction of helping others and creating a more peaceful and harmonious society. But that has to come from within first. It doesn't come from the external world. So cultivate that peaceful, harmonious society within yourself, within your mind and your body, and your reality will change. I hope that that message resonates in this moment. I know that there's a lot of worry and there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anger. Those are the first two precepts being broken, right? Maybe you can find some comfort in looking back in history and recognizing that there was always these attachments to anger and worry. There were always these things that we have been struggling with. So it's up to you to break those forms of attachments, up to you and only you. The practice of Reiki is up to you and only you. It is about only you. It's about the nature of your mind. So every time you sit down in your practice, you are cultivating a perceived external world that is more at peace. And that's a beautiful thing. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps in this current state of being. I hope that helps to bring us back to the practice. Remember, it's a daily practice. Remember, we have to try our best day in and day out to recite the precepts, work on our own self-treatment, and then we reside within the stillness that the attunement or RYŌHŌ can create. If we focus on those things day in and day out, then slowly but surely our reality will change. Thank you so much, everybody. I would love to know how you found that video and how it resonates with you in the comments below. I'm very, very grateful for those, and I'll do my best to reply to each and every one of them. And it always gives a little boost to the algorithms to help get these videos out to more people so that they can also be of benefit to them and their journey with the practice. So thank you so much, everybody. As always, be well and in Gassho.